Gasp. So we were having a really bad dream. Overcome with terror, I screamed and slammed the person in front of me to the floor. But... At the last minute, someone grabbed my head from the side. I smelled a pleasant scent that I knew well. Yes.
Huh?
You see, I'm going crazy. Kurusu was beside me, holding me. And... She's gonna die, oh no. I wonder about that sometimes. I don't know if it's ever been a thing. It's probably been a thing, like some form of media. But like, what happens if you guys hallucinate something, you know? Like you're killing a monster, but actually you're just killing a bunch of innocents. It's probably a thing that's happened before. I wonder if it's gonna happen, you know, in this story. Accidentally, you know, oh no, it's a giant monster, let me fight it back with my knife. And then we stab it. As it turns out, it was Kurusu all along. We stabbed her. Oh no. Probably gonna happen? I don't know. Sounds like something that would happen. The person I had knocked the person I had knocked to the floor was Sarika. Any more and I would have hurt her. Oh my god. I shook out Kurusu's arm and stood up. Everyone looked confused. Sarika stood up, rubbed her butt, and then started to look around the room. Yeah, which one?
Huh? どこって、ずっとここにいたぞ。
Ito stood up from the sofa on the window. Yamazue and Kazuki were sitting next to him with surprised looks on their faces. What were we doing?
No, お主ら、少しばかり騒がしいの。これ以上迷惑になるようなら、即刻出て行ってもらうが。
Oh no, don't make us leave, Renge. Even the waitress was here too.
そんな。確かに僕は襲われたんだ。しかも店には誰もいなくて。
Was that just a dream? Yeah, what were we doing? I was thinking like maybe we were like sleepwalking or something. We just entered the bathroom, you know, and then came out like screaming.
いや、違う。夢なんかじゃない。何もかもリアルだった。
I could still remember the sound of her leg dragging and the sound of knocking at the door. Just thinking of them made me shiver.
ってことは、これもあの女の南沢千里の能力なのか。偽のカフェラックスを作り出し、僕だけを閉じ込めて。
She made like a reality marble, you know? That a cafe lacks in it. That sounds unlikely though. Considering, you know, if we were here, she would just like snap her fingers, Roy Mustang style, and then just kill us, you know? Why would you go through all the effort just to scare us? Makes no sense to me. I thought she was just a pyrokinetic. Could she do that as well?
いや、それとも彼女の手助けをしている能力者がいるのか。
Either way, the possibility we discussed at the newspaper club meeting was right in a bad way. Kurusu took out a handkerchief from her pocket and started to gently wipe the sweat off my forehead. But suddenly her hand stopped. She looked at me, her face pale. Oh, okay. Oh, the very similar symptom to the other victims.
Huh?
I put my hands up to my eyes, surprised. When I tried to rub them, I felt something slick, and when I looked at my hands, they were bright red. I could see my blood on her handkerchief too. Had I been so scared and tense the blood vessels around my eyes had burst? Can that happen?
どうしたの？
That sounds... yeah, that doesn't sound very healthy.
大丈夫か宮代。
あ、
父さんに見てもらわなきゃ。行こう、タク。
Kurisu and Serika tried to drag me out of the cafe. I could see Ito, Arimura, Kazuki, and Uki in the corner of my eye, trying to figure out what to do. I turned to them and said,
伊藤、有村、和樹、山添、お前たちも一緒に。
あ、はい。私もいいんですか？こんな時間に？
遠慮なんかしてる場合じゃない。能力者がターゲットにされてるのは間違いないんだ。今日が終わるまでとにかく離れちゃダメだ。
fixing my mic position. My microphone's not in a good position. Anyway, we left Cafe Lax and headed for Alba Clinic. Yeah, okay, we're still sticking together. You know, I mean, number one horror trope when we separate is when bad things happen, so we do the opposite. We stick together, nothing bad will happen, right?
はあ、特に目に異常はねえな。角膜も綺麗なもんだし、血圧もほぼ正常と。
Dad nodded as he looked at me.
頭痛はするか？体のどこかが痺れるとかは？
特には。
視界の一部が欠けてたり、狭くなったりもしてないな？
うん。
そっか。なら大丈夫だ。
本当に？もっとよく見て。
Kurisu was sitting next to me, worried.
さっきからそればっかだな、お前。
だって。
まぶたの裏に血管があって、稀にそれが切れることがある。ひどい緊張や興奮をして力が入ったり、踏ん張ったりするとな。覚えがないか、タグル。
Yeah, again, I was wondering, can that happen? I never heard of that, actually. You know, bleeding out your eyes being like a, you know, normal thing. I don't know. It's never happened. I remember the attack at Cafe Lax and shivered. And well, I mean, again, I mentioned before, it's definitely a symptom of the victims before, right? Who were affected by these weird illusions and ended up killing themselves or something like that, anyway. So it's gotta be... Well, I don't know. Again, I don't think it's the pyrokinetic. It's something else. You know, it could be someone, you know, doing like a weird mind whatever thing to us. Or maybe it's self-induced, you know, because of these powers. I don't know. But I nodded before Dad could see.
だろ？それが原因だよ。心配ない。
No, Dad. It's gotta be something. It has something to do with the case. You have to worry about it. Though I wonder, like, I don't know. It only affected Takaru, though. It didn't affect the other Gigalomaniacs, you know? Uki and Arumura. Well, Dad caught up the chart on the computer, the same one he'd been using since I was in a coma. He started to type something.
おいおい、ノーノー。そんなおっかない顔で睨むなって。
No, actually, when I think about Arumura, actually, like when did she have like blood coming out of her eyes? It did happen before when we burst into the Love Hotel. You know, the very first, well, I didn't say not the very first killing, but you know, the first killing we saw in person as Takaru. I wonder, was that a delusion as well, or did it really happen? Because maybe Arumura had a similar experience as well, you know, where she also had like a weird illusion where something's attacking her and everything. She hasn't mentioned what exactly she saw though. So,
タクルに何かあったらどうする気？
わかったわかった。
Dad stopped typing and opened another page in the chart.
タクル、紹介状書いてやるから、明日また頭の中の写真撮ってこい。
でも
いいからいいかって。可愛い娘が怒って口聞いてくれなくなったら困るんだよ。
うん。
But Dad wrote me another referral to the same hospital as before, which was finally enough to satisfy No.
ああ、そうだ、のの。お前、自分もまだ病み上がりだってこと忘れんなよ。
あ、うん。そうね。ごめんなさい。
わかってりゃいい。
Dad smiled. Kurusu and I thanked Dad and then went up to the dining room where the rest of the group was waiting.
ああ、ウキ、私アップルティー。私も。わかりました。伊藤さんは？
コーヒー、ブラックで。
When we got to the dining room, Uki was running around getting drinks for everyone. She's the new waitress. I looked at the clock and it was almost 11 o'clock p.m. There was just one more hour until October 23rd was over.
で、さっき何があったのかちゃんと説明してくれるんですよね、宮代先輩。
You know, if I had to guess, because I mentioned before, Arumura also had like bloody tears. Like she survived the incident. Maybe a very similar, coincidence happened to us. We were attacked by some this this delusion, but it stopped before we were killed. And somebody else somewhere in Shibuya has died in this case. So I mean, I guess the whole staying together thing probably doesn't do any good now, because I think whoever was gonna die, they already died, if I had to guess. Not anyone we know, I guess, or at least anyone we know nearby. Arumura looked at me and she sipped her apple tea. She had the same joking voice she used at school, but her eyes were serious. She seemed to have come up with her own ideas on what might have happened to me, and her eyes were as gloomy as they were when we first met.
話すよ。例のパイロキネシストのことだから。
南沢千里。
うん。
I glanced at Kurusu just for a second. I thought she wouldn't want to hear that her old friend might be a serial killer.
クルス、もし嫌なら自分の部屋に戻っててくれ。父さんかユイのところへ行っててもいいし。
ちゃんと聞かせて。
クルス、
聞きたいの。だからここにいる。
そっか。じゃあ。
I sat down in the chair at the dinner table and after a moment's hesitation, slowly began to describe what happened to me at Cafe Lax. As I talked, the terrors started to come back to me, and my hands were soon covered in a nasty sweat. I didn't want to look bad in front of everyone, but I couldn't stop my voice from shaking.
それでその後は知っての通りだ。ドアを飛び出したら外はいつも通りのカフェに戻ってた。
I was gonna say that Takeru always looks bad in front of everyone, but anyway. There was silence for a moment after I finished. Arumura especially seemed to be lost in thought because she had a similar experience, probably. Arumura? That was, of course, because Minamisawa Senri was probably after me, her, or Uki.
殺されてたまるか。
She whispered in a low voice and suddenly stuck her hand out into the air.
おい
Yamazoya and I moved away, surprised. Why are you summoning your lightsaber? I guess, well, it's not her lightsaber, but, you know. Arumura has suddenly drawn her D-sword.
お前何を
決まってるでしょ。武器ですよ。
武器
あんたも出せるんだよね、ウキ。もしあいつが現れたら戦う。手伝いなさい。
Oh, it's gonna become a shonen anime. They're gonna like duel.
戦うって私そんな。いいから早く。
Uki tried to shake her head no, but when Arumura glared at her threateningly, she bit her lip. And then she reached out her hand. Okay, what's her D-sword? It's like we only saw it for a little bit. Let me just press the backspace button. That reminds me of like a skull, you know? So that's a heart. The heart in like in a skull thing or whatever. Looks very edgy. Anyway, a giant sword appeared in her hand too. Everyone's just cosplaying.
宮代先輩も早く。
そんなこと急に言われてもどうやって抜いたらいいかわからないんだそれ。
役に立ちませんね。
I could hear how annoyed she was. It's been a long time since I seen her act this cold.
ねえ、何？どうしたの？
Everyone else is just staring at them, saying, like, why are they doing weird JoJo poses?
一体何の話してんだよ。
They can't see their stands. The others couldn't see the D-sword. All they saw was Uki and I freaking out.
私たちこの前、南沢千里に襲われました。そして今日も宮代先輩が。
Where are we? Well, actually, yeah, we were. We were attacked like that when she was attacking with fire. Anyway, I was thinking like we were attacked as in like you know, the weird illusion. You know, again, I don't think it's from Senri though. It's from like something else or someone else.
こんなのもう我慢できない。だから。
I'm surprised Arumura, you know, can't put the pieces together. Assuming what we saw in the Love Hotel was real, it could be fake as well. We could be imagining it. Maybe she didn't go through the same thing, you know? And she didn't have bloody tears, I don't know. I just remember she attacked like a cop, right? I saw a cop was talking to her and then she like attacked him or something and, you know, and the cop got knocked out and she was knocked out. I don't know. Arumura looked the sword in her hands and cackled.
この手で事件を終わらせてやります。南沢千里を殺して。ちょっと待って。
You couldn't, you couldn't do that when we were fighting her, you know, when she was using the fire thing? I mean, I was gonna say, shouldn't you just like summon the sword, you know, at that time? But maybe not. Maybe she was still like, her powers maybe have still been suppressed because of the sumo stickers, you know? She was like, I guess in a weakened state during that time. Well, everyone turned to look at Kurusu. She probably knew that she was getting too emotional about the situation because she was hesitating more than I'd ever seen before.
あのね、千里が犯人って、本当のことなの？
証拠はまだあの ID カードと僕らの証言しかない。けど
慰霊碑にはあの子の名前がちゃんとあるのよ。
それは何かのミスじゃないですか？ A1 東京総合病院のデータでは行方不明になっていたんですよね。
けど私見たんだもの。私の目の前で千里は瓦礫に潰されて。
Okay. We didn't get this information before. Apparently, Kurusu saw her being crushed. She must have been remembering something painful. She put her hands to her chest and her nails dug in deep. So that's what it was. Because I was wondering, like, you know, was there like a situation where Kurusu abandoned Senri or Minami Sawa Senri or whatever. Maybe that's it. That's why she's feeling so regretful or feeling so depressed, I guess, about her best friend dying, is because she left her in that rubble and probably ran away or something. I don't know. But then Narumoto raised her eyebrows so high that I could see it from here. Very high eyebrows. Like eyebrows up into the sky.
どうして嘘をつくんですか?
Oh, because yeah, so I was thinking like, what would lie? Oh, because Arumura can tell who's lying. Oh, would they just lie about that? Man, okay.
Huh?
Shocked, I glanced at them from one to the other. Arumura was staring at Kurusu with suspicious eyes. But Kurusu's expression remained unchanged, to the point where it almost seemed unnatural.
クルス先輩の今の言葉は嘘です。
Arumura's power let her tell when someone was lying. In other words, Kurusu was absolutely lying right now. But Kurusu looked Arumura dead in the eye as she spoke.
嘘なんかじゃないわ。いいえ、先輩は南沢千里が死んだところを見ていません。あなたの能力というのがどのくらい正確なのか私は知らない。けれど彼女はもうこの世にはいないわ。そう信じたいだけじゃないんですか。あるいは南沢千里が実は生きているのを知っているとか。
The two of them glared at each other.
もし
Staring contest.
はい。仮に千里が生き延びていたとしても、あの子に殺人なんてできるはずがない。
Kurusu's voice took on a sorrowful note.
千里はとっても臆病な子だった。小さな虫を殺すこともできないくらい気が弱くて、何かあるとすぐに泣きべそをかいて、だからいつも誰かの後をついて回っていたわ。
I mean, thinking back to like how Senri was, you know, burning everything with a evil cackle. I don't think she seems like a very timid girl. Then again, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm making the wrong connection because I keep thinking the pyrokinetic is Senri, and that's a conclusion we've been making. But is it a different person? I don't know.
もちろん暴力なんて嫌いだったし、血を見るのすら苦手だった。そんな千里が猟奇殺人なんて、私にはどうしても納得がいかない。ありえないわ。どうやら今度は本当のことを言っているようですね。だから
It's a subjective truth though, so I mean it's true to her, but doesn't mean it's the objective truth. It could be that Senri has changed, you know, and twisted her like personality into something that's very angry because she wants revenge or something like that. Kurusu's voice was rarely this emotional, but she must have realized that nothing she said would matter, so she fell silent.
とにかく千里が犯人じゃないとしたら、タクルたちの憶測は完全に間違ってしまっているわ。真犯人が他にいたらどうする気なの？
それは。
Of course, I thought about that possibility, that there might be multiple killers, that there might be another psychic working with Minami Sawa Senri.
でも、だとしても、今日が終わるまでに誰も殺されなければ僕らの勝ち。
Yes, Yui's dead. Everyone leapt out of their chairs as we heard a scream from downstairs. Was that Yui's voice?
Yui!
Kurusu ran down the stairs. We followed right after her. Well, probably not Yui herself, is gonna die. Is she like seeing something, or is she watching a scary movie? I don't know. Yui had fallen backward onto the ground near the front desk. Her face was pale and her jaw was chattering.
お姉ちゃん、ねえ、どうしたの？
ユイ、大丈夫か？ユイ。
Yui and Dad grabbed her and held her tight, but she was still shaking. The terror had completely consumed her. What is it?
何があったのユイ。お姉ちゃん、しっかりしなさい。
Kurisu grabbed her by the cheeks and yelled.
私寝ようと思って父さんにお休みの挨拶して。
おやすみなさい。父さんも無理しないでもう寝たら？
そう思うんだったらノノに意見しといてくれ。あいつのせいで余計な仕事が一つ増えたんだよ。
ナナ姉はタクル兄のことになると人が変わるから。
違いねえな。じゃおやすみ。
うん、おやすみ。それで私部屋へ戻ろうとして診察室を出たんだけど。
Out with it, you know? Hurry up and say it. What's going on?
玄関のドアから音が。
Okay. Is it knock 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 or whatever?
私、休館の人かなって思って、それで返事をしたの。すみません、今日の診察は終わりなんです。休館でしたら夜間診療のある病院をご紹介しますけど。どうなさいました？救急車呼んだ方がいいですか？一体何なんですか？いたずらならやめてください。だからやめてください。私、ものすごく怖くなって。だけど、外。
Yes, it's very slow. Like we don't need the double narration, you know. You could have just showed the flashback, but anyway. Yes, what is it? Scary monster. Oh no, it's just her. Okay. It's just, you know, it's just the pyrokinetic trying to kill us. That's fine, whatever. It's not scary. She's like a burn marks. Why are you so judgmental? Oh, oops. USB. You know, I always connect my USB cable to my phone, and sometimes it gets disconnected. Anyway.
もう大丈夫。大丈夫よ、ユイ。
Is she, you know, is Henry still out there? Is she just like, let me in? Let me in. Kurisu rubbed her head gently, and last the dam burst and Yui started to cry. Everyone looked at each other, pale, as we listened to her sob. Arumuro and I in particular had gone as deathly white as Yui. Knocking. That was the same thing I heard at the cafe. Not exactly, though. It's not like the, you know, the rhythmic
やっぱり
kind of knocking.
追いかけてきたんだ。
I could feel my knees shaking. I remember the knocking and the dragging footsteps I heard at the cafe, and my heart began to feel overwhelmed with terror. I felt an impulse to run screaming off into the night. I mean, that's probably a bad idea. I mean, is she still standing there from the door? She's just waiting there, or did she, like, leave already? I don't know. But strangely enough, it was Aramura who gave in before I did. She gritted her teeth so hard I could hear her from where I was standing, and then ran toward the front entrance.
おい、有村。
He's charging in. Hiya! She yanked open the lock on the door and then flung it open. Then she ran out into the street flailing her D sword. Alright? That's literally what she did.
南さん ここにいる。くだらない小細工なんかやめて、さっさと殺しに来いよ。
She kept swinging her D sword at the shadows formed by the streetlights.
私はもう逃げも隠れもしない。殺せるもんなら殺してみろって言ってんだ。
やめろ有村、何やってるんだよ。
You're gonna cause a disturbance in the neighborhood. The cops are gonna get called on you. I grabbed a remote from behind. She'd clearly gone insane. Her D sword hadn't been real booted yet, so it just slid right through me. If it had been, I wouldn't have survived. Is that how it works? I don't know how the sword works. Like, you touch it and then you die or something? Is it actually like a lightsaber?
落ち着け。あいつは僕らがパニックになるのを狙ってるんだ。冷静にならなきゃ負けだ。
なんでこんな目に遭わなきゃならないの。能力なんてなければよかった。こんなものさえなければ。
When I saw her, I realized that I'd been making a mistake. For a while now, I thought that I was starting to understand Narumura, but I was wrong. A bratty know-it-all. A normal girl who sometimes got excited and smiled a childlike smile. I was always surprised when she did, but I also told myself that was who she really was. But I was wrong. She was a weak little girl whose fate was caught up in events far beyond her control.
そうだ。能力なんてなければ、誰もこんなことに巻き込まれることはなかった。
Too bad. You know, you're the main characters. You're gonna have special powers, whether you like it or not. Like I'd rather you guys not have special powers, you know, because I don't like it when like the main characters get OP, you know, too OP. The only exception is One Punch Man, obviously, because they subvert the trope. But anyway, I don't like it. You know, I don't like it when characters are like too powerful, because then it feels like, you know, what's the point? I usually like it, especially when it's a murder mystery case. I'd rather the characters just be normal people for the most part, you know? I don't know. No one would have been killed and no one would have been tortured in those experiments in that basement. I hated myself for ever being proud of my powers. Why did it even exist? So you can, like, you know, take over the world, come on. Create an evil empire or something. Who gave me these and why? Well, the writer gave you these, so... Just start murdering people, you know, start running away from the killer, be the killers yourselves and start murdering everyone. Okay, maybe not. Aramura's body was shaking as I held her, and pathetically enough, I was shaking every bit as much.
Oi, Miyashiro! Arimura!
Ito ran up to us as we sat on the side of the road. Serika, Uki, and Kazuki ran after him.
大丈夫か？
なんとか落ち着いた。
I lied so as not to worry them.
それより部屋へ戻ろう。ここにいたら危ない。いつ襲われるか。
And then Ito cut me off and showed me his phone. I flinched away.
まさか、また正体不明の電話がかかってきたのか。
Ito must have guessed what I was thinking, because he quickly shook his head.
違う。よく見ろ、宮代。
I stared at the phone. What is it? It had the usual wallpaper, the usual apps. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
気がついたか？
尾上、お前のも見せてくれ。
Very gung-ho. Serika took her phone out of her pocket and showed it to me. It showed the same thing that Ito's did. The present time and date. 12:03 a.m., October 24th. Oh, so we made it. You know, it's the date, the next day, or whatever. Which, I mean, it's not really indication that there won't be any more victims. You know, it could just be a, semantics, you know, whether or not you die in a particular time. But, I don't know. October 23rd was over.
助かったのか。
Harumura swung her head around and yanked the phone out of Sarika's hands. Her fingers were shaking too much to read what it said. She stared at it again and again, and then... I mean, it still doesn't make any sense because didn't the pyrokinetic Senri, she attacked us, you know, like outside of the day of the killings, you know, like why would it matter, you know, if it was the past the date? She could just kill us anyway, but that's still that possibility. But I guess, you know, the idea is that it's over, right? It's like, you know, they're not gonna be afraid of being killed anymore. But the strength drained from her tiny body as she collapsed into me, and then she passed out. And then I grabbed her by the waist and did a suplex. October 23rd, the day of the return of the new generation madness. Oh boy, who's the next victim? Who died? And we survived it. Yeah, we survived it. Somebody else didn't. I have to imagine. Otherwise, the case is over. There won't be any more clues if no one else dies, so there's gotta be another victim. Kazi got into her usual gaming position and stretched. She was about to start playing ESO2, Empire Sweeper Online. I chuckled as I opened the lid of my lunchbox. Everything was returning to normal. Inside the lunchbox was a sandwich that Kurusu had made for me. Morning had come. It was a Saturday, but it was one day of the month we went to school on weekends. Yeah, that's weird, by the way. I never knew that about Japanese schools, but I guess that's what you do. Sometimes you actually go to school on weekends. That's weird. That's weird to me. We got some sleep at Alba dorm, then taking showers and come to school. I don't know if every school does it, but I've heard, like, yeah, a lot of Japanese schools just gotta go with, you know, sometimes during the weekends. That's crazy. Yui and Narumura still hadn't woken up, and we were staying at Alba Clinic. But neither of them seemed hurt, and Kurusu and Uki were staying home to take care of them. For my part, I skipped out on morning classes to stop by the brain doctor that Dad had referred me to. The results had been the same as Dad had said, no abnormalities in the blood vessels in my brain. Okay, I was hoping, well, not really hoping, but like, you know, I was expecting that maybe there's a lump, you know, in my brain, similar to the victims, but maybe not. Because we didn't see it before, maybe after that incident, maybe we would, but then again, Narumura also got her brain checked and they didn't see anything, so maybe not. When I told Kurusu over the phone, she sounded relieved. I wasn't feeling hungry, but I didn't want to let the sandwich go to waste. I took a little nibble of it as I stared at the board on the wall. I mean, we didn't do anything, so it doesn't feel very conclusive. The net had been in an uproar last night. No, it still was. But not because something had happened. In fact, the uproar was because nothing had happened. I checked a bunch of different places, TV, radio, and even the newspaper. But nothing happened on the 23rd that will make you think of the new generation madness. Nothing happened. Well, I wonder... Are you sure? Are you sure nothing happened? Maybe something did happen, but nobody knows about it, you know? It could be like, well, I don't know, if I had to guess. Maybe someone committed suicide in their apartment and no one knew yet, you know? Like eventually, probably the smell of a corpse will like disturb the neighbors, and then finally we'll see the body or something. I don't know. There's plenty of deaths that go undiscovered for a while. There were all kinds of rumors going around on the net. This included the weird conspiracy theory that the killer had been captured, but because he was the son of a major politician, they couldn't go public with it. But most people thought that the return of New Generation Madness was over. Now that nothing had happened on 23rd, why is it over? Like, why is that like highlighted for some reason? Is that like a special thing? Does it have like a double meaning or something in Japanese? Net slang? What? It's net slang. I guess it makes more sense in Japanese. It's passes by, no one pays attention anymore. It's washed up, I guess. Okay. Ova. I guess maybe like in the original Japanese translation, or rather in the original Japanese language, they probably say ova as in like in English, you know? So it's like slang to like a Japanese person, I guess. Even though it's just like a normal sentence to us. But the killer hasn't been arrested. Will killings continue?
おう宮代病院はもういいのか？
ああ、おかげさまで異常なしだってさ。
よかったね。
Ito and Serika were both carrying lunch boxes of their own. Kurusu had made their lunches this morning, just like she made mine.
けど登校するなり部室に直行してランチとかいいゴミ分だなおい。
授業は午後からでいいって言われたからさ。それにマップを見ながらいろいろ考えてみようと思って。
これ以上何もするなって今朝新庄さんに言われたろ。
When we told Shinjo that there had been another attack by the person we believed to be Minami Sawa Senri, he demanded to know why we hadn't told him sooner. And then he insisted that we never do anything so dangerous again.
でも考えるくらいならいいだろう。
I put the lid back on my lunch, having barely eaten any of it at all, and looked back at the map.
昨日僕たちはカフェラックスにいた。そこで事件が起こった。僕の前に現れたのが以前襲ってきたあの女だった。
Which I'm still, suspicious whether or not that's real. Okay, I guess we have a prompt. We'll just save. I don't know if it really matters, but okay. Kunosato attacked us. Where's Kunosato? Is she dead, by the way? She also has powers. I'm just wondering, did she die? Like, maybe she died, no one else has reported it, and that's why, There's like that rumor, that conspiracy theory, someone important died, and they didn't want to report the murder or whatever. Maybe, like, Kunosato died, and no one wants to report her death. But, well, as Momo say, as well. I don't know. Well, it's sounded.
そしてその能力は
She was a pyrokinetic.
ところがカフェラックスで僕を襲ったのはパイロキネシスじゃなく別の能力だった。それは
Oh, could tell if I was lying. Well, that's Hanamura. Read my mind, shared embarrassing secrets. Showed me a delusion of being alone. Broke things to cafe without touching them. Oh, that's my power. But I guess this one? Delusion of being alone. Is that this?
ことはやっぱり南沢千里は一人で二つの能力を持ってるって推測が正しいのかな。
Well, that's not entirely true. Like, show me a delusion of being alone. We weren't alone. We were with Minami Senri, or at least Minami Sawa Senri. At least I guess, a phantom of her. I don't know.
いや、まだ確証は持てない。別の能力者が協力している可能性を否定できないし。
それで襲われた時の緊張のせいでタクがまぶたの血管を切っちゃって結局みんなで青葉寮へ移動したんだよね。
ああ、僕はそこで父さんの診察を受けてその後みんなで23日が過ぎるのを待ってた。
I'm still surprised the people that don't have, these Gigolomania powers still believe everything. Serika, Shinji, and Hana, I guess is her first name. What's it? Kazuki, I guess. Kazuki Hana. Anyway, I'm surprised that they still believe any of this. It could be just we're just insane, It could just be like we're just crazy. We're just insane. We're all insane. Send us to the mental hospital.
あの時副部長と有村なんか言い争いとかしてなかったか？なんだったっけ？
Though I guess, I guess I believe us because we can move things with our minds. Maybe that's why. But like, I don't know. It's hard to believe, It's like something that happen in another person's reality that that didn't happen in your reality, you know? It's kind of like a hard to believe thing. Well,
言い争い？
あ、そういえば、
notice that she didn't believe in psychic powers. No, didn't believe someone was the killer. Whether he knows using the powers too much, says we should forget to find a killer. No. Well, it's this one.
そうそう、のんちゃんがね、南沢千里さんは絶対に犯人じゃないって言ったんだよ。
猟奇殺人なんてできる子じゃないって言ってたな。昔親友だったからわかるって。
でもさ、あの時に有村は副部長が嘘をついてるって指摘したんだよ。あれってどういうことだと思う？
確かあの時、有村が嘘だと指摘したのは。
It was live that she saw Minamasawa 79 in the earthquake. It was like couldn't hear an insect. Name of the memorial: Senri hated seeing vines and blood. I think this was this one. She said that Kurusu said she saw Senri die in the rubble, get crushed by rubble, but then, Adamura pointed out that it was a lie. That maybe that it's an assumption, not like what she actually saw. Like maybe Kurusu thought.
クルスは南沢千里が目の前で死ぬのを見たって言ったんだけど、それが嘘だったんだ。つまり死んだところを見てない。
That's what Kurusu thought was what she saw, or what she was thinking that was going down. I'm getting the events mixed up in my mind. It's what she thought what happened to Senri, I guess, but she didn't like see it with her own like eyeballs, you know.
きっとのんちゃんはね、親友だった子が犯人扱いされてるのが許せなかったんだよ。それでとっさに嘘をついちゃったんだと思うんだ。
Is it really a quick lie? I don't think so.
まあ、確かに副部長の気持ちになってみりゃな。
そうだな。
I don't think it's a complete lie. It's like, it's her assumption of what happened. Now, she just doesn't know 100%.
クルスがいる時は少し気を使った方がいいな。
I stuck a paper up on the board.
そして問題はその後か。
ああ。
青葉委員の1階でユイが。
ドアがノックされるのを聞いたんだよね。
It was the same thing I heard at Cafe Lax, the woman's knock. What is this? I mean, I guess that's Yui. Yui's eyes right there. On the reflection. What are we looking at? Is this like the door opening or something? Did she not come in here? Like, if the door is open, did she not come in here or something? Because I was thinking like she was looking at a peephole, right? Whatever. Usually you have like a hole that you look through in the front door or something. Oh, it was anything I heard at Cafe Lax, that woman's knock. And Yui had seen a terrifying sight. Really? I mean, I guess she has a kind of a mean expression. I don't think it's like super horrible. I mean, the burns are a little like a bit weird, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary. Like it's not like she has horns, like demon horns, like her eyes were on fire and she has like fangs, It's not like that.
僕でさえカフェであれだけ恐怖したんだ。何も知らないユイはさぞかし怖かっただろうな。
Especially if you work in a clinic, right? I mean, burn victims are probably not that rare if you've been working like a hospital or something, or well, not hospital, but like a clinic. Anyway.
かわいそう。
I don't know. Fortunately, Yui did not open the door. Okay. It looked like the door was open though. That was weird. I can't tell from that image. She quickly shut and locked it and saved us at the last minute. Okay, okay. So she opened it and then she closed it back or whatever. But if she opened the door all the way,
いや、待てよ。
I looked up from the map toward the ceiling. Something seemed very wrong.
お、どうしたのタク？
なんか思い出したのか？
Sayaka and Ito looked at me confused.
いや、なんか引っかかった。ものすごく大変なことを見落としてる気がする。
ん？
Even Kazuki was surprised enough that she turned away from ESO2 to look at me.
大変なこと？
ああ、昨夜はいろんなことがあって、有村がパニクったり、僕も気が動転してて気づかなかったけど。
That's right. What was I just thinking now? If Yui had opened the door...
当然、これまでの事件から考えれば、ユイも被害者に。でも、それって、つまり。
I looked at the map again.
前にも話したけど、今回の事件には一つ明らかに共通する特徴があったよな。
っていうと？
それは被害者だ。最初の事件、こっちみんな被害者とその特徴は。次は音漏れタン、被害者とその特徴は。僕が目撃した回転デッド、被害者とその特徴は。そして学園祭で起きたごっつぁんです。被害者とその特徴は。そう、事件のターゲットになっている被害者は全員能力者だ。それ以外は襲われていない。だからこそ僕や有村や山添はずっと警戒していたわけだし、事実カフェラックスでは僕がターゲットにされた。でもアウバ寮に現れた南沢千里が襲撃しようとしたのは。
I mean, is that a trick question? Did she attack? I don't even know. Let me just say, just in case. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it matters. But I assume, she attacked Yui, but she didn't really. She just show her face to her, made a mean expression, and then went home, I guess.
So, Yui da.
I mean, try to attack is kind of like a stretch, considering she didn't have control over who opened the door. She was just knocking, hoping someone would open it, I guess. So it's not like she chose Yui as a victim or anything, but I don't know. Well, I stood up in shock.
まさか、そんな。
ゆいちゃんもってこと？
I mean, no.
マジかよ。
Are you what? Are you sure? I mean, is that your conclusion? I mean, I don't know. Well, it was far too late for it to make a difference now, but I suddenly felt like a cold pillar of ice was pressed against my back. I was certain that Minamisawa Senri had come to the Albo clinic in search of me, Adamura, or Uki, and that Yui had only been caught up in it at all because she was unlucky enough to answer the door. I mean, that's what I've been saying. Is that wrong? But what if I was wrong? I don't. Why? But why would I be wrong? That makes no sense. What if there was a reason she was after Yui? I mean, then there'd be a reason for her to be after anyone. Everybody is a psychic, I guess. Everybody in that clinic. I sighed. It was hard for me to really believe.
これから確かめてくる。あいつが本当に能力者なのかどうか。
Everyone's a psychic. Everyone has special powers these days, I guess.
あ、悪い。
It's not very special anymore if everyone has it.
あれ、タクルに学校は？
早退した。お前のこと気になってさ。
またまた。
Yui slowly sat up from the bed and smiled a tired smile. She must have felt dizzy for a moment because she leaned forward and grabbed her forehead. Her face was still pale and the ivy looked like it was painful.
いいからそのまま寝てろって。
Was she injured or I don't know? I mean, I guess she may have fainted, I guess.
でも
I don't remember though. What happened? Why is she with Ivy? I don't know. Like, she wasn't like physically injured, but maybe it was traumatic enough to see like Minami Senri. It's kind of rude to her. It's kind of rude to Senri
クレスに言いつけるぞ。
to have this big of a reaction to her face. But anyway. Well, those were always the best words to use on Yui. She frowned for a second, but then laid down and pulled up the covers.
有村は
The other bed in the exam room was empty. Well, I remember Aramura fainting, so it makes sense that she will be here as well.
お昼頃新庄さんって刑事さんが来て二人で出かけていった。また後で来るって。
Shinjo was probably asking her about last night.
あいつもう体は大丈夫なのか。
元気だったみたい。
そっか。
タクル兄にね、ありがとうって伝えてくれって。
え
My eyes went wide as I looked at my foster sister. Aramura said thanks.
何かの聞き間違いだろ。
そんなことないよ。いい人だよ、有村さん。タクル兄にもちゃんと感謝してると思うけど。
聞き間違いじゃなきゃただの気の迷いだな。
I pulled a stool up to Yui's bed and sat down. And then I watched her as she lay under the covers. Why are you watching your foster sister like this? It's weird. It might have been the first time I looked at her like this, come to think of it. Did she have some kind of power? It just seemed hard to believe. Maybe I was mistaken? I hoped I was. People were saying that the killings were over, and that the return of the new generation madness was at its end. But the killer still hadn't been caught. The idea of the killer after not just me, Aramura and Uki, but also Yui was too scary to contemplate.
何？どうしたの？
It's still weird though, why are we assuming Yui has powers? I feel like it's like a coincidence, you know? Whoever opened the door, how would she even know, like, who would open the door? You know, it could have been anyone. Yeah. As I tried to figure out the best way to explain things, I heard a very uncomfortable voice. She must have noticed that I was staring at her silently. My sister was looking at me in confusion.
あのな。
By the way, do you have something called midichlorians? Can you use the force?
あら、タクル。
おかえりなさい。
まだお帰りなさいっていう時間じゃないでしょ。
Kurusu was standing at the door holding a tray with a bowl of rice porridge. Uki was standing next to her with a pair of spare pajamas. Kurusu put the tray next to the bed and looked at me, concerned.
学校早退したの？どこか具合でも？
And I must have missed the line where, like, they mentioned, like, Yui was, like, I guess... I don't know, I don't think she's sick, but it seems like she's sick or something. Like a typical anime...
ちょっと気になることがあってさ。
Like anime sick episode where the character has a cold and, you know, we go visit them and give them some
気になる
stuff to eat. Even if Yui was a psychic, I still wasn't sure if I should tell Kurusu about it. She just worried more. But she cared about her sister. I knew that. It was probably better if she knew everything. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. No.
どうすれば確かめられるかな。
And didn't we say, like, we shouldn't keep secrets in the family? You know, we should just say everything. And then I remembered the method that Kunosato had used on me. I glanced at Uki, and then I grabbed her by the collar. That's what I think of when I think of Kunosato. You probably wouldn't like it, but it was the only way I could think of.
なあ、ユイ。ゆうべのことをあんまり思い出したくないと思うけどさ。
You could also use, by the way, you can also use, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna do it, but like, you could also use the 11th Rorschach image, you know? That could, like, that's an easy psychic detector, so.
有村とそこにいる山添が手に何か持っているのを見なかったか？
Kurisu and Uki were shocked too.
何かって
二人は剣のようなものを持っていたんじゃないか。
Oh, okay. You could mention that, I guess.
ねえタクル、あなた何を言ってるの？
Kurisu grabbed me by the arm. She couldn't see the D sword herself, but she knew exactly what I was asking.
ユイ、そんなの見てないわよね。
見てない知らない
Yui must have been surprised by Kurisu's sudden outburst. It was obvious she was telling a lie. I could see from the look on her face that she thought she'd seen something she wasn't supposed to see.
山添ごめん。お前が嫌なこと頼んでもいいか。もしもユイがそうなら、犯人が逮捕されるまで、お前や有村と同じように僕が守らないといけないから。
はい
And not very well, yeah. To say, I'm gonna protect you too. You're not. I don't know if you're doing a very good job. We've just been like moving around, and the killer could have just easily attacked us. It's not like we could do anything about it. But anyway, Uki was surprised, but she seemed willing to help her old friend. She put the pajamas on the bed and stretched her hand out into empty air.
ゆいさん見ていてね
Okay, if it turns out that Yui does have like psychic powers as well, I mean, whatever. But I guess, but like, I feel like I don't know. It's a weird way to find out because that jump in logic. I feel like it felt like a jump in logic to assume that Yui also had psychic powers. I mean, if she did, then she would have been dead already. You know, I mean, that's one way to confirm it. But like, why would you assume that she has psychic powers? I still don't get it. Kurisu let go of my arm and grabbed onto Yui, as if she was trying to stop her from showing it to Yui.
クルス、ごめん。でも手遅れになってからじゃ遅いんだ。だから。ほら、見えるだろユイ。山添の手に何があるか。
Wee, a closer look at this. Again, yeah, it reminds me of like a skull, you know, over here. Close to the hilt, and this feels like horns, you know. What is that animal? You know, you always see it like in like usually in like a desert, you know, in a desert setting, you always see like a skull in the background or whatever. Is it kind of like is it like a bull or a cow or some sort? I don't know, or a steed. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it reminds me of that, like that kind of skull thing. Uki slowly drew it out of thin air. As it shone with a light no normal person could see. It was a weapon that connected reality to the D-Rack Sea and its ocean of negative energy, the D-Sword. D-Rack Sea. Again, what Kunasato said, the D-Rack Sea is just this, you know, just this dimension that has a bunch of negative energy, you know, that we use that negative energy to fuel our like superpowers, I guess. I assume that's what it means. It was obvious that Yui's eyes were following Uki's sword.
見えるの？ユイ。見えるの？
Yui looked like she was about to cry, then she nodded slowly. Okay, well, Yui has powers, so everyone has powers these days, I guess.
山添、もういい。
You have
あり
powers.
がとう。
And you have powers. And you have powers. The D-Sword disappeared from Uki's hands. There's nothing left but an awkward silence. Now, if she's a psychic, then what can she do? Well, what's her power?
そんな。
Kurusu's very sad, I guess. I was right, Yui was a psychic, and Minamisawa's Henry had almost killed her last night. Did she though? She didn't do anything. You know, she just showed up, saw her face, and then Yui slammed the door, you know, and then she left. If she really wanted to kill everyone, she could have just snapped her fingers and burned the entire clinic, you know, and that's a thing she could have done. Just like kill everyone with fire, but I guess not. I don't know.